All right. Welcome back to the Saved by the Brew podcast, where we rewind the tape, pop the top, and relive everything radical from the 80s and 90s. My name is Sean with the Real Life Perspective Show.
And I'm Luis from Trumpet Master 77 BBQ. And, I like to BBQ deliciousness while listening to some old school music and maybe some 80s era movies playing in the background. And we're here to entertain you.
Tonight's lineup, everybody, is straight out of a time capsule. We're talking Patrick Swayze VCRs in those glorious red roof temples of childhood, 80s Pizza Huts. So stay tuned for that. But first, it's time we get into the drink of the week.
Ciao.
Luis, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, Sean, that's a good question. We're saved by the brew tonight, and I am rocking the classic. Let me go ahead and show you guys the Polliner classic lager. This thing is absolutely fantastic. If you guys have ever seen it, where you get your local spirits, please pick yourself up a 6-pack. Maybe a 16-ounce tall boy that you see there, get it. This is an absolutely fantastic brew. The Germans have been making beer for many, many years. I mean, this particular recipe is over 400 years old. They use 4 ingredients. They're using water, hops, yeast, and malt. And guys, this is one beautiful, fantastic tasting lager. The best lager that I've ever put on these two lips here.
Awesome. Nice, dude. Sounds good. And tonight, guys, I am drinking the McConaughey's from Twisted X Brewery Company out of Dripping Springs, Texas. And this is the McConaughey's, which is a hazy IPA that uses Citra and Galaxy hops. Its named is a blend of McConaughey and haze, inspired by the actor's Texas roots and laid-back attitude. And it is a 6.5%. And also, what is one of his most famous movies that was filmed right here in Austin, Texas, Luis?
Dazed and Confused, baby. All right.
You got it, man. And so just check out you see the symbol that's going on there. So
it's totally cool.
Can't wait to pop that. So you got your cork ready, your bottle opener ready to crack?
All right, I do.
Let's put it up
to
the... Oh, that's awesome.
Since I'm a Texas boy, it's a Texas boot, left boot for tonight's show.
That's awesome, dude. I like that. I've never seen a boot.
Or was it the right boot?
Awesome, man. So put your bottle up to the mic, and let's get that sound, the ASMR.
Okay.
Ready?
You first, or at the same time?
Same time.
Okay, go.
1, 2. I saw a video that you're supposed to let a lot of the head come because of all that carbonation. If you don't release it, that's what it's going to do inside of your tummy. There's that hazy IPA. Boy, is it hazy. Man, look at that lager there. That looks so refreshing there. Your Polliner.
This is so delicious, man. I'm telling you. Next time I come over to the CU, I got to drop you off a 6-pack of this.
It looks great. It looks
absolutely good. Amazing.
And when you and I first started doing lives, this is all you and I would drink. Remember?
Yeah, we drank a lot of that.
We gained about 30 pounds that month.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
But let's give it a sip, man. Let's give it a sip, and we'll review it about halfway through.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Episode 2. And now it's time for the first trivia question of the night. If you're listening at home, make sure you play along with us and leave your answer in the comments and let us know. In which movie series would you find the character John McClane? Put that answer in the comments. There you go.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
So let's just start, guys, with the legend himself, Patrick freaking Swayze. Patrick Swayze was an American actor, dancer, and singer best known for his roles for Dirty Dancing and Ghost. Born in Houston, Texas, he trained as a dancer under his choreographer mother and began his career in dance before breaking into acting in the 1970s. Swayze continued to have a successful career across different genres, but was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2008 and died from the disease in 2009 at age 57.
Man, I'll tell you, there is nothing that Swayze couldn't do. I mean, you know, we talked about it. He was the triple threat. He was an action star. He could make you cry watching Ghost. He could dance. Man, he could do it all, and he could surf. And I once saw him rip some guy's throat out. Clean out. And Patrick Swayze was one of those stars that were like, I think he was bigger than what he thought himself. I could see him playing like the lead role in any kind of action movie, like alongside Sylvester Stallone, and those type of action heroes. I mean, he was ripped. He was in really good shape. He was always in the same shape. He played a really good greaser, you know, going back to The Outsiders. And man, I just enjoyed everything that he was in. He was super, super cool. He was one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, I think he's one of those people that you just like. He's so there. He's ingrained in our DNA of film.
Yeah.
He's just a part of you. You know, Swayze embodied cool. That kind of natural swagger that wasn't loud. It was smooth. He had that Texas charm and heart on sleeve sincerity that just made him one of the most beloved leading men of the decade. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he made cigarette smoking look really cool. Like, I remember being a kid watching one of his movies and he was smoking a cigarette. I was like, man, I want to smoke a cigarette. You know, that dude looks really cool doing it. I want to do that too. I want to be just like that guy. You know.
Out of all of the Swayze movies, which one would you say you've watched the most?
Oh wow, I would have to say that it's probably a tie between The Outsiders and Roadhouse.
Nice.
I had this really big thing about The Outsiders as a kid. I remember just watching it all the time. We had a video.
Did y'all read the book in school?
Oh yeah, The Outsiders book. But then, you know, Roadhouse was that's just such a fun ride. I wish that they would release it like another theatrical release, like at the theater, you know, just for like a day or two. That'd be something to go on a big screen. You know, it was just such a fun ride to watch. You know,
you got that right, man. I noticed that they brought Back to the Future back to the theaters for a weekend. They brought back the Ninja Turtle movie for the weekend. I don't know why they can't do that for. I mean, they brought back Star Wars. You know, why can't they bring? You know,
I think that theaters really need to look into that, because I think that's like the next big thing. There's so many other generations that wished. I mean, like, think about this. How many movies have you seen to date that you were like, man, I wish I would have experienced that on the big screen at the movies? You know, and there's so many. Like my kids, all the movies that I watched at the theater, they wish they could have. You know, that'd be kind of cool if it was just like a throwback weekend, like once a month at your local theater. That'd be so awesome, where they just like lit up, you know, just reeled out all the old school movies on a weekend on all the screens, like 7 or 10 or 12 screens, and they're just playing something that was hot, like in the early 90s, anything 90s, basically, you know, or late 80s.
So let's rate your favorite. Do you got a top? What's your favorite Swayze movie? I know you said you watched The Outsiders and Roadhouse the most, but do you have a number one Swayze movie?
I'm a sucker for Dirty Dancing, and there's something about Dirty Dancing that I'm a sucker for. I think it's really cool. It's just a really cool movie to watch. you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and it was silly, and I know that it was based like in the 50s, and the main song that they're dancing on came out in the 80s. But you know,
I mean, the chemistry with
yeah,
him and Jennifer Grey were just
yeah,
it was phenomenal. That the dance moves, like you said,
yeah.
and then
And you can't forget about Red Dawn. Red Dawn was a fantastic movie.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
Red
good.
Dawn had that creep factor in it. It's like, man, that could really happen. You know, that's just a creepy ass thing that could happen. You
And
know?
that's where they first met, apparently, on the set of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
apparently they didn't get along. They had a really
no,
rocky relationship, and they said they didn't want. Jennifer Grey says she didn't want to work with him on Dirty Dancing. They said anybody but Patrick. Anybody but Patrick.
you know, and it did have some pretty serious issues in there, like abortion and all that type stuff. But
Yeah.
you know, that was pretty rocky back then. More so than it is today, possible. What would you think? What's your take on that
Um.
compared to then?
Well, like you
I
said
mean,
in the
it was
last,
filled with controversy.
like you said in one of the last lives, and it's on one of the shorts that we put out. There will never ever be a decade like the 80s and 90s movies
No.
and everything. And back then they really cared about what they put out, and they were
Yeah,
okay with putting out all that kind of stuff because that's what reality was for most of people, you know. I mean, that's the kind of stuff they went through. And I thought it was I was, you know, I didn't get it watching it as a kid what they were talking about. I never understood that
yeah,
as a scene, but going back and rewatching as a grown up, I totally related to it. You know, it was hard hitting. You know, that's what they meant to do.
yeah,
But moving on to Roadhouse, he was the ultimate bouncer, right? Ultimate
yeah.
bouncer, martial arts, right? Martial arts. And what's one of the memorable lines from that movie? Do you got one?
Of course, pain don't hurt. The pain don't hurt.
And
You know.
the over the top action, and what was it? Sam, who was his best friend that comes in?
Oh,
Sam something.
Wade Garrett.
Yeah. I know you. I
Yeah.
know you.
I thought you'd be bigger.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Why does everybody keep saying that?
and I think what's crazy too is that he was the only person I knew that could rock a mullet, Patrick Swayze. You know.
Yeah,
Like nobody did.
he honestly he didn't look right without it. You know.
Yeah.
Because if you look back at Ghost, he didn't have a mullet then, and it was like, nah, he don't look right. He needs the mullet, you know.
Now, was Dirty Dancing the one on the soundtrack where he sung on it? Was that song in the movie, right? I think he
Yeah.
was driving down the road or something. Like he was, I think
Yeah.
that might have been where the scene was.
Dirty Dancing is the one that he sang.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, what was the name of that song?
She's like the wind.
There you go.
That's
She's like the wind.
I mean, like you said, the triple threat: dancing, singing, acting, all around, dude. I mean, and then Ghost was great too. I really enjoyed Ghost. I watched.
Yeah, Ghost.
a lot.
Ghost was a good ride.
Yeah.
That's back when Whoopi was kind of fun to watch. You know, it was.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
that's Whoopi pre-Predator looking. You know.
Pre-predator. Nice. Yeah. No. He's a pre-predator. I love it. That's funny, dude.
She looks like the Predator these days.
Yeah.
The 80s Predator, which is cool because it's the 80s, you know, 80s Predator.
Totally.
But yeah, there's no reason why Patrick Swayze couldn't play, honestly, the leading role in the Predator, you know, those type movies. I mean, he was up there with them guys, you know.
For sure. And but Ghost was so good. It had so many, like, it was just another one of those great movies where they did put a lot into the writing. And
Yeah.
and it's funny, you grow up watching these movies and you don't really appreciate them until later on in life when you see that the crap
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're putting out nowadays. And then you go
Absolutely.
back and watch something like that and you're like, wow, wow,
Yeah.
how good did we have it? You know, and that's just,
You know, we had it very good, and it's these days everything that's coming out is a remake of a remake of a remake, changed a little bit, you know. And they're still messing that up these days. There's nothing out there these days that I'm really like pumped up to watch, to go to the movies for.
for sure.
You know, I'm excited to go and watch the Predator Badlands because I'm a big Predator fan, but I don't know if they messed that one up. You know,
Oh yeah,
I might just
they
wait. I
totally
might
did.
just wait until it comes out on Apple or something. But
I didn't even see
um,
it, but I'm just gonna tell you, don't wait, don't even bother.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. The magic of the movies is gone.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
all about like the actors don't even. It's kind of what I've noticed. The same on the actors level because that generation of young people coming in, it's
Yeah.
exactly the same in the fast food and retail industry. It's about the same kind of work ethic, you know. Nobody puts in the same amount of effort as they did back in the day in the 80s and 90s that they do nowadays. You know what I mean? So, golly, what it's
That's.
changed
I
so
mean,
much.
it sucks, but that's true. I mean, yeah, man, that was a really good actor, and he went away way too soon. Too many good actors went away way too soon.
Yeah. Smash that thumbs up for us while you're here
Oh yeah.
on the Saved by the Brew podcast episode 2 if you're having a good time with us. Trivia question number 2. What kind of insect provided the DNA for the dinosaurs in the 1993 Jurassic Park? If you know the answer, toss it in the comments. If you're listening at home, play along with us. Now, let's rewind literally to the era that made all of those Swayze moments possible. The Mighty VCR. VCRs originated in the 1950s with large, expensive models for broadcast stations before becoming a consumer product in the 1970s with the development of the VHS format. The technology revolutionized home entertainment by allowing people to record live television and watch movies on demand, which fueled the rise of video rental stores. The VHS ultimately won out over competitor formats like Betamax due to a longer recording time and lower cost, and VCRs remained a household staple until the rise of DVDs and digital streaming. Okay, let's talk about VCRs, dude. There was nothing like the feeling of walking into a video rental store on a Friday night. The smell of plastic VHS cases, the clunky sound of that rewind machine behind the counter, and the stress of picking the right tape before your pizza got cold. What do you know about that, dude?
And I can relate to everything you just mentioned. The clunky sound of the rewinder behind the counter. I have a question about that. Why does it start off so slow but then ends up so fast? You know what I'm saying? It's the same spool on both ends, but it would start out so slow, like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then toward the end, it was like 3 minutes later, it was like, you know, and then it would stop. But why, if it's the same? I never understood that. Pizza, yes, definitely. Friday nights were all about Blockbuster videos or any movie rental place. There were so many. There was home video, Blockbuster video. There was Calkins Country Store that had a video section. There were so many to go to in the heyday, and
Go ahead.
it always had to be movies and pizza. Period. Friday nights.
Did you ever go to the I Love video in Austin? In downtown?
Was that the one on the lower level downtown?
It was like off the drag down the street from UT.
I did go on the drag, but that was that's a whole different conversation right here. We used to go to the drag back then. There was a big arcade that was below ground. And they wheeled out the newest arcade games before they went out everywhere else. And so like it was like an underground kind of thing, and there was no magazines, there was no post thing, no nothing. It was always word of mouth. Oh, the new Mortal Kombat game is going to be wheeled out there. And so we would go there and go into the basement from the sidewalk. I don't even know if it's still there. It might be. Probably not though, right? Because we're talking about arcades. We used to go down there and play the crap out of some video games, man.
Yeah.
On the weekend nights.
Well, you know, VCRs, you know, movie stores, all that, they also started the trend, be kind, rewind, right? Might as well have been an 80s version of a moral code, you know. Forget about Wi-Fi or streaming. the VCR made movie nights feel like an event. You had to earn it, and you had to commit. You know, you pop in the tape, and that static fuzz before the studio logo hits. You knew something special was about to happen, guys. You know.
Yeah. You know, and looking back to these video cassette movies, compared to what movies are today, you have to commit to watch, like, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes worth of credits before you can see like a post movie scene these days. And that didn't really exist back then that we knew of. You know what I mean? And if we did see it, it was by accident, because we would let the reel go. We would let the movie go all the way until it was all the way to the end, and it would automatically rewind when it got to the very end.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what I remember about, did a lot of our own recording on our own regular tapes, right? But what was interesting, it was the copyright. For me, what I remember is I would put in like an official Mortal Kombat VHS movie, and those were the ones that would automatically play. If I played anything that was like bootleg or something I had recorded on my own, you
had to push play.
You had to push play. I don't know what that feature was about, but I remember that specifically about different types of VHSs.
Wow, that's strange.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was one of those things where it didn't automatically rewind. It would just stop at the end too. It would never, go back on the regular ones because we did a lot of recording the television,
Yeah.
And that was part of the revolution of home video. Before VCRs, if you missed it, you missed it, man.
Yeah.
The excitement, and I mean, just to be able to record shows, dude. Do you remember?
Yeah.
How exciting that was, just to.
Yeah, I remember how exciting it was to actually record a movie that was being played on TV that I didn't have a video cassette of.
Yep.
And I remember ruining it. I remember messing it up. I remember watching the movie, being excited to record it. Oh, cool! I got a blank cassette. I'm going to record this movie. And then when the commercial would come on, I'd run up there and push pause. And then when the commercials were over, I would hit pause again, and then it would start recording again from there. I remember multiple times that I forgot to hit that pause button again after the commercials. And then looking back, I have some recorded movies that were played on television back in the 80s, and it's funny these days when I can be like, oh wow, commercials, and I cut them out. And I was so interested today to watch those commercials.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I should have just kept them in there. I just would have known.
You're absolutely right, man. We all tried to get as professional as we could as soon as, because we wanted it to be a constant flow of the movie. We didn't want those commercials in there,
Yeah.
So you say we go up there and you hit pause and you wait, and then there was always some kind of delay, and I still remember the first time I watched The Goonies. We watched it on a Betamax, and my parents had recorded it off of HBO Saturday Night Movies, and they forgot to hit record at the very beginning. So my introduction into The Goonies was the scene right where Brad is on that little girl's bike, and he's and that's exactly where the Betamax movie started. And that was all I ever knew about Goonies, all the way up until I finally watched it, as a grown up, probably 15 years ago for the first time as a full movie, So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That the art form of, having to try to hit.
There's one particular cassette tape that I have that it had to have been like 1985. It was Rocky 2 being on television, right. And we recorded it, and you get like the first half of a commercial before you could tell that we hit pause. And it was like, I remember that very clearly. It's a Canon camera commercial where it's like the guy comes on, the camera is just kind of on display right there, and it's like, here's a camera that can zoom in, and then it goes into round 2, like right there, Yes. And so I just remember that, like today, if I watch Rocky 2 on TV or whatever, on any kind of streaming, whatever, I remember that exact spot where that commercial used to play.
That's awesome. I love it, dude. I love it. You remember, because we didn't have that many to record on the blank cassettes, that you would record something from 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And you pop it in and you're like, okay, I'm ready to record another episode of Goosebumps or something for Saturday morning cartoons or whatever. And you would record over it. And how many times did you record over something over and over and over again on those?
I can't even tell you. I mean, it's like, if you watch the whole segment, it's like a little bit of this show, a little bit of that cartoon, a little bit of this commercial, round 2 of Rocky 2, and then, you know, the Goonies over here, and then another commercial. It's like, okay, all that's just layered on top of each other.
Isn't that
you
wild how that worked, man? How they were able to just do that with tape. I don't know. There's just something phenomenal about that. Nothing digital about it. Just analog.
Yeah. That was my very first. That was, dude. I was a kid. I was editing, basically. You know, live.
Good point. That's a good point. Good point. And you remember
understanding. I was understanding the editing of it. You know.
That's it. I love it, dude. I freaking love it. And do you remember how we used to have to manually track everything when it would be fuzzy?
Oh yeah.
Go up there and hit that manually track button.
Up. Down, down.
Yeah.
But then the VCR with the remote control came out, and it was like, okay, I can hit pause from the sofa now.
Nice.
But man, I can't tell you how many times I ruined a recording, or tried to schedule a recording, because the so-called, you can program it to start recording at a certain time, and your TV doesn't have to be on. It can just record with your TV off if you're out and about doing something, right?
Right.
If you're at school and you wanted to record The Price is Right for some crazy reason, you could program it and let it record, but that never worked for me. I never could figure that out. I don't know what the hell I was doing wrong.
Yeah, but there was a few things, right? You had to make sure that your clock was on time. You had it set, right? The actual clock timing, the time clock.
Yeah.
And then some of them, I remember one of the ones that we had, you literally had to turn off the power and everything for it to actually turn on for the time. And I don't know how it did it, you know, but you couldn't just leave on, because I remember leaving it on and I would come home and say, why didn't this thing record? And then I forgot how I found out, but you actually had to turn off the power completely to make it set to the actual timer record. But I didn't do it that often because, like you said, it was way too overcomplicated. Excuse me, for me. But yeah, man, that's good stuff. Clunky remotes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you can't forget about when the tapes would get eaten by the VCR.
Oh yeah.
Have to dig that stuff out of there, man. You know,
Oh yeah.
And then,
many times I took a screwdriver to a VCR, and you know, I'm a proud owner of a VCR DVD combo.
Oh,
to this day. Yeah.
Very cool.
And I have a phenomenal VHS collection in my storage unit. I do.
Nice.
So I'm pretty. I mean, I haven't watched one in a minute, but I can honestly tell you the last one I watched VHS on my bedroom TV, like today's TV. It was Saving Private Ryan.
Oh.
On VHS.
Very nice.
So yeah, so that was kind of an experience because it was a VHS playing on today's TV, you know.
Very cool.
And
so what would you say you missed or you don't miss about VCRs versus streaming nowadays? What do you miss?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'll get down to the nitty gritty. I'll get down to the meat and potatoes of it. What I miss about the VCR versus today's, I mean, I can stream whatever I want at any time, right? But what I miss about it is actually going and venturing out to find something to play into my VCR, you know, because that's going to come to Blockbuster. That's going to come to home video. That's going to come to whatever video store you went. Plus, you're going to pick up a hot, fresh pizza or something else to eat. But mostly it was pizza to bring home. And you can't forget the popcorn. You're going to pick up all these things, popcorn, candy, pizza, soda. And then you're going to pop in that VHS. And you're going to watch it. And you can just wake up in the morning, you know? You can't do that these days. I mean, you can, but nowadays you can just find what you want to watch. You can order a pizza that's going to get delivered to you. And I don't know, man. I just like the old school way of it, honestly, where you could go and pick a movie or two and go to that amazing Pizza Hut to pick up your pizza, you know? And I remember that Blockbuster also had like coupon weekends where it's like, okay, come rent 2 movies, you get a third movie free, and you get a free large pizza for Pizza Hut coupon. You know, so it was like, let's go get the movies, then we'll go cash in on this pizza, get it home, and then that's our night.
Trivia question number 3, guys. In which film would you hear the phrase, "I feel the need for speed"?
Oh,
Put that answer in the comments. And if you're listening at home, play along with us, guys. Let's get into our beer review, man. So I had the McConaughey's, which is from Twisted X Brewing Company out of Dripping Springs, Texas. It's a hazy IPA and 6.5 alcohol. And it's not my first rodeo on this. This has got to be one of my favorite IPAs that I really, really enjoy, and I always have a good time whenever I sip on this stuff. So
oh yeah, that's some really good stuff.
1 out of 5. I'm gonna give this a 4.7. That's where I'm going with this, man, for IPAs.
That's a good strong score there for a good strong beer.
Definitely. And what are you sipping tonight, man?
Man, I'm rocking that Polliner from Germany. This is an old school lager right here, and it is 100% amazing. This thing is just fantastic. Quality and heritage brewed using only 4 ingredients: water, hops, yeast, and malt for nearly 400 years. Brewed and bottled by Polliner Brewery, Grupa Hobig, Munich, Germany. From 1 to 5, if we're scoring this from 1 to 5, this is an absolute 5.0 right here.
We got our first 5.
Yeah, this is a 5. 100%.
Well, man, we talked about Swayze. We talked about, man, the perfect movie nights. And speaking of those, let's talk about the ultimate pre-show dinner spot. We're talking about the 80s Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was founded in 1958 by brothers Dan and Frank Carney in Wichita, Kansas. They started with a small loan and a simple parlor, quickly expanding through franchising starting in 1959. Pepsi Company acquired the company in 1977. Then it later became a subsidiary of Yum Brands in 2002, growing into the world's largest pizza chain with thousands of locations globally. I was not aware of all that. Were you?
No, I was not.
Man. But dude, I mean, Pizza Hut, we're not talking about, today's delivery chain. We're talking about the 80s experience, man. With those dim red lights, the stained glass lamps over every booth, the checkerboard tables, and the smell. Oh man, the smell of that melted cheese in that pan.
And I'll tell you, today's services, today's pizza services do a fantastic job to get you a nice hot fresh pizza delivered to your door within 15, 20, 30 minutes, right? Depending on the weekend and traffic conditions and whatever might be going on that day, a fight, football game, Super Bowl, whatever. But there is nothing like sitting at a table at a pizza place, at a Pizza Hut, and eating a freshly served pizza right there at your table. There was something completely different as far as the flavor, taste. I mean, the whole experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To me, I remember just the flavor of the pizza was that much better sitting there at one of those tables, one of those booths.
Yeah.
With those dim lit lamps surrounding you.
All about that pan pizza. All about
oh
that
my
pan
goodness.
Pizza. I mean,
it was so delicious.
Dude, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. I mean,
No.
the atmosphere like you talk about was great. You'd walk in, you'd drop a few quarters into that Miss Pac-Man machine while your parents ordered a pitcher of Pepsi and your own personal pan pizza, right? And then you were lucky.
Absolutely.
You were definitely lucky if the jukebox might be spinning Take on Me or Africa. Am I right? Am I right? Come on, man.
100%. And not only that, there was also that little dark room on the side that had a handful of arcade games that you could, reason. beg your parents for some quarters to go and play.
You're right, man.
I was introduced.
I forgot that there was the dark room. And they always had the light off. Why don't they always had the light off and just it was illuminated by all the arcade lights, the LED screens, you know, man. It just
I was introduced to Spy Hunter, and that game I would dream about, you know. I just, you know, Spy Hunter. There was just something about that game. It was and it, man, you're sitting there, you're driving, and you're just blowing up cars, and you know, then it was time to eat. Oh, you know,
yeah,
dude. Then you'd go sit there and you'd eat. Then you'd go home and watch a movie.
That's it, man.
That's how simple life was back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I had the privilege of actually working there when I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, at the Pizza Hut. You know which one I'm talking about, which is now at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I, you know, I learned how to make delicious pizzas, and every night at the end of the night, I was able to make myself pizza to bring home. And I would make, you know, 2-3 pizzas and bring it home to all my siblings. And we ate Pizza Hut pizza for a very long time. A lot of it, too.
That's the best, man. I love it, dude. We still had an original one when I was in high school in my hometown. And at lunchtime, everybody wanted to go to Pizza Hut. I mean, there were other restaurants, too, little fast food chains that everybody go to. But when we would go down there, we had a buffet. Remember the buffet?
Oh, yeah.
And we tried the buffet the first few times, and we're like, oh, well, this isn't going to work, because by the time everybody had a car that drove down there, we had to walk half a mile down from the school to get there, and everybody had already eaten the first round of everything off of the buffet. And so you pay $6.50, $7 for the buffet, and there's nothing there. You got to wait 10 minutes for them to push out more pizza, and then everybody's eyeing the buffet like a hawk. The booze, you know, and they had to hop on it. Everybody's over there fighting for one piece to share. You got 50 people in there trying to share one full pie, all that good stuff. So what we wound up doing, we would just order breadsticks on the side, and then get that marinara sauce at the head. Man, that marinara sauce is so good. And we would dump a bunch of Parmesan in there, and then we would just eat marinara and breadsticks, man, and go pop in. I'll never forget, we would always play Foo Fighters, the OG Foo Fighters, on the jukebox there. This Is a Call, you know, was one of the main ones on there. But you remember the old jukebox where you push the button and the menu or the song list would
the page would just
flip. So good. I mean, you had fun just doing that, just hitting that dang button, you know, just going to town on that, man. That's my best memory. Not only that, talk about the promo giveaways, man. Do you remember all the stuff that you used to be able to buy whenever you had the special cups and
they had the cups, the glasses,
the Back to the Future 2 glasses that came out. And I brought some show and tell items for you guys. I actually have some 1980s Land Before Time.
Land Before Time is what it was.
You got Littlefoot, and then Sarah.
With the wood, it's with the wood and Sarah.
Petrie.
That's so cool, man.
And the only one I don't have is the T-Rex. I need to complete the set, but
that's awesome, man. Are those OGs like your personal collections that you kept?
No, I didn't.
That's amazing.
I can't say I kept them. I picked these up from my buddy. He bought a warehouse and he found all this stuff and he puts it on his.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I love the giveaways but I had all those, and of course, once you become a grown up, you're like, I ain't got time for toys. I got to pay the bills. So you throw all that stuff out, or you give it away, or whatever. And your parents.
I remember like if you bought like a video cassette movie, some of them back in the day came with a Pizza Hut coupon on the inside. And then you could go and cash it for a pizza. I remember that.
Yeah, they did have those kind of programs. They had, you remember the Book It program? It was like reading for pizza. And there was the feeling of accomplishment for giving that person a pizza button. It was a button that you could put on, but you also got a free personal pan pizza out of it too.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing was, I don't personally remember it. I read up on this thing, but once I saw the image of the pin, I remember seeing it, but I don't, like, my childhood from the 80s doesn't remember it, you know.
Yeah.
But it looks familiar. Maybe I saw a commercial or something on it. But what I want to know is, did it actually encourage reading or just pizza consumption?
Dude, pizza, man, 100%. I mean, everybody wanted to eat pizza, dude. I mean, look back at the time when your class in elementary school did something special,
Yeah.
and the prize was a pizza party. That was the funnest thing. That was the funnest freaking thing.
It was, man. It really was. And you know what? You know what else though? You pop in the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, VHS. Yeah. What is the very first commercial that pops on that thing, man? Do you remember?
Like the commercial, or
it's a commercial.
Because they were promoting. I remember that they were promoting Domino's Pizza.
No, it was Pizza Hut. It was a Pizza Hut commercial. It was the kids playing baseball, and the very end, they're like, as a proud sponsor of Kids Little League, Pizza Hut, supports all of the youth, baseball league, and it's about a kid who plays, I play right field. It's important to know. It's good stuff.
And that sounds very familiar, actually.
But once you see it, it'll unlock your memory, man. It's so good.
But I was talking about the pizza that they were promoting within the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie. Yeah.
That was Domino's. Like, they were the OG Domino's pizza.
You got that right. Yeah, with the actual Domino's on it. Remember it had the logo on it? Totally.
Yeah.
I totally remember that. But yeah, the commercial was the very first thing before the movie even started. It was a commercial of that. And I don't even think there was even trailers for that movie there. But that was good, man. But man, how much has it changed from the 80s?
Yeah, quite a bit, man. Quite a bit. If they really wanted to do something special, they would open up another Red Roof like that, and it would be packed. You would probably have to book an appointment to go and eat there.
Yeah.
For
sure, man. And we want to hear from you guys. Obviously, tell us what was y'all's experience like in the 80s with Pizza Hut. Leave it in the comments. Share with us your experience and tell us what it was like for you. We want to know not only that, but what was your favorite Swayze movie, and did you have a VCR memory, growing up, all that fun stuff. We want to know from you guys. Hit us up on the social medias and everything. So while we're on it, man, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, as always. Trumpet.
And I can be found on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Lemonade. Pinterest, all the same handle, Trumpet Master 77 BBQ.
Yeah,
and I'm just doing simple cooks, simple recipes that your friends and family are gonna enjoy.
There you go.
That's all I do. There's no secrets. There's no secret spices. There's no secret sauces. I put everything out there exactly the way I'm doing it. There is no BS.
Nice.
See is what you eat.
What you see is what you eat. I like that. That's good. And of course, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, The Real Life Perspective Show. Always, check me out, give us a follow. Always appreciate you guys, all that good stuff. But guys, so maybe that's why we keep coming back to it. The 80s, they weren't just a decade, they were a vibe, guys. A world where heroes danced, technology hummed, and pizza was served on a side of pure joy. So tonight, do yourself a favor, throw on Roadhouse or Dirty Dancing, pop on a VHS tape if you still got one, and maybe grab a slice of pepperoni in honor of the good old days. Because as Swayze himself might say, nobody puts nostalgia in a corner. Good night, everybody.